Hi, good evening everyone. Today we will be starting with the 104 scenario of Apex Trigger. In this trigger, we will be covering the real world business problem. As soon as as soon as we are marking the order as delivered, we need to create a feedback case. Imagine that you are working in any e-commerce website portal, and as soon as the product is delivered, you want your sales rep in order to take a follow-up. So what he will be doing, he will be going in his system, and here he will be picking the details and sending the email and do any automation. But here, as soon as the product is delivered, we will be creating a case and assigning it to that contact, so that he can take follow-up directly from the contact and proceed with the details for feedback and GDPR compliance. So let's talk about the data model that we will be using in this trigger. First is case object, where we are creating a case. Second is contact, through which the case is getting associated. And third, we will be creating one custom object, that is order, that is mean on which our trigger will be running. So in this, we have created four fields. First is status, where we will be checking the if the product has been delivered or pending and everything. Second field is customer, where we will be creating a lookup with the contact. Third field is review case created. So that is basically, this field is basically a checkbox where we will be keeping a value as true, so that we don't have to create multiple cases as soon as our trigger is updated. And fourth field is product name. For instance, if the product name is MacBook 24 inches, MacBook 80 inches, I know that MacBook never come in the 80 inches. It is only the TV that comes in 80, 95, 100 inches. So these are the four fields with which we will be playing with our trigger. So let's start with our trigger. This question was asked in the LTI interview. With that, so let's start with the trigger. I have already created the four fields, that is status, review case created, order name, and further I have created a lookup with contact. So first thing that I always ask in every trigger is, which operation do we need to perform? Here, when the status of order has been changed from shipped to delivered, then only our trigger should work, only in the update case. And second, once the order is delivered, then only we need to proceed with it. So we will be using after update scenarios. So with that, let's start with the scenario. First of all, I will be writing after update, and if trigger dot is after and trigger dot is update, then in that case what you will be using, I have created a class, that is order handler, or another handler class, and handle case creation. And further, here I will be passing two parameters. First is trigger.new and second is trigger.ownMap. Why we need trigger.ownMap? Because we need to check if the earlier status is not equal to delivered and now the status is equal to delivered. In such cases, we will be using the old map in order to pick the old value. So after doing this, we will be copying this method name, and after going here, we will be using public static void method name, and further I will be creating list of order. I have created a custom object so that we don't face any issue once we play around with the standard order object. So here I will be taking new records, and further I will be taking map of id comma order underscore c old map. Okay, once we are done with this, we will be saving this, and after saving we will try to save the framework so that we don't face any issue once we have written the trigger. So we are done with this. Next thing that we will be going here is, we will be starting in with iterating of the order records. So what we will be doing, for order underscore c or colon new records, and further what I will be doing, if or dot status underscore underscore c if equal to delivered and old map dot get or dot id dot status underscore underscore c if this is not equal to delivered. Also, I told you that we will be creating one more field that will check if the case has been already created for this order. Then what we will be doing, and or dot, the field name is, I think that is review created date is equal to false. Then in that case only we need to create a case. So now what we need to do, we will be creating a case is equal to new case, and further what we will be doing, cs dot name dot subject is equal to need to take feedback for, plus I will be adding or dot name because name is a field through which we are storing the name they called. And further what we will be doing, cs dot contact underscore c is equal to or not cs dot contact id. It is standard field, so it is contact id, and here what we will be doing, or dot contact underscore c. This is a third field, cs dot priority. Let's keep the priority equal to medium, and further after doing this, next thing that we will be doing, cs, let's check what all fields are there on the case. So case field Salesforce. So let's search for the case field and what all fields, so that we can create. Let's add the description for now. So yes dot description, you need to take follow up from contact as product has been delivered. And after doing this, next thing that we will be doing, I think rest we are good. Case origin equal to phone, yes, this is equal important, that is cs dot origin equal to, we have 3 to 4 fields there. So let's check what all fields are there. So it's email web, so let's make it web for now because we need to. So once we are done with this, our case has been created, but still we need to perform the DML. So what we will be doing, I think we are facing some issue in line number 5. So okay, so what I will be doing, I will be taking a list of case, that is final list is equal to new list of case. And once we are done with this, we will be saving this out, and final list dot add cs. And further you also remind one thing, that cs review case case created is also false. It will create a duplicate case. So in order to skip that, what we will be doing, or dot review created case is equal to false, is equal to true. Once this is true, then also we will be creating one more list, because if we try to update this new record list, it will give us read only error. So in order to skip that error, we will be creating one more list. So let's name it order. So let's name it order underscore c. Let's copy this. Let's name the list as final order list. Let's copy this. So what I will be doing, final order list dot add OR. Let's save this out. So we were doing one small mistake. We have created the variable name as OR. So that's why we are not able to save the trigger. So as soon as I make the changes here, OR1, so it is able to save. So now let's do the final operation since we have not done the DML. So let's do the DML. If final list dot is empty is not empty, then you need to insert final list. You need to take care for one thing, that final list case you need to insert, but final order list you need to update. So let's copy this out and we will be doing, if not equal to final order list is not empty, then in that case what you need to do, you need to update. Let's paste the name. Let's save it out. I think we are getting an issue here. So let's do one thing. Let's copy this full, and our developer console is creating issue, and let's paste the code here. So as soon as we paste the code here, it has been saved here. So now we will be refreshing this out. I think we have created a new playground, and that's why we are facing such issue. So let's open this out, and I think there is no issue. These are the previous issue that were coming. So everything has been saved now. So let's play around once again and let's try to save this. So this is not getting refreshed. Okay, not an issue. So now let's test our trigger. So what we will be doing, we will be just going on to our org that I have specially created for this trigger. So let's go on to service, and as soon as we go on service, you are able to see the orders. So what we will be doing, I will be first creating one order. Let's take an example. You are buying that is table for computer table with motors, standing computer table. So it should be standing computer table. Let's set the status as shipped, and here let's update Rose Gonsalves. So yes, everything is done. So we are not updating this value, and let's make it shipped. So as soon as what we do, if we change the status from here, and let's set the status to delivered. So as soon as we make the changes, we are getting some issue that system record is read only final exception. I think we have to switch the approach for now, since we don't need a order ID, so we can go with the before update, because it will give us a read only error, because we are trying to update the same record that has been created recently. So let's go on our trigger, and just we will be changing one thing, that is we will be changing it to before update. So let's go on to developer console, and let's move on to trigger, and instead of after update we will be writing before update. So what we will be doing, if trigger dot is before, so now our trigger has been changed to before update. So we don't need to do a DML statement now on the order. So what we will be doing, we will just be deleting this record, this line, and will not be doing any update operation here that we were doing earlier. And let's save this out, and now let's test our trigger if the record is getting saved or not. So we will be just clicking save here. So as soon as we click save, now you will be seeing your review case created has been marked as true. And further, if I go on to case record, so if I go here all open cases, so you will be seeing need to take feedback for standing computer for with motors. So this case has been created. So this complete our trigger number 104. So if you enjoyed the trigger and learn to make your thing yourself more and so if you enjoyed my video, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon for more such content. Have a nice day. Thank you.